Sure, here's a full script for your YouTube video about the 1970 Chevy Nova Sleeper. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic yet sneaky muscle cars to ever hit the streets, the 1970 Chevy Nova Sleeper. This unassuming classic hides a ton of power beneath its simple exterior, making it one of the most respected sleepers of its era. If you're a fan of understated muscle, this is the car that at first glance, the 1970 Nova isn't flashy. That's exactly what makes it so special. Its boxy, straightforward styling looks like it belongs to your neighbor's grocery getter. The lines are clean and simple, with a subtle chrome trim outlining the windows and bumpers. The front end sports the modest dual headlights and a basic horizontal bar grille with the Chevrolet badge centered, giving it a no-nonsense look. Depending on the trim, you might see small, almost forgettable badging on the fenders, but nothing about this car screams performance until you hear it. The body itself is lightweight compared to other muscle cars from the time, which gave it a big advantage in performance. The proportions are balanced, with a long hood and a short rear deck, classic muscle car DNA, but without the aggressive scoops or racing stripes. A lot of Novas were painted in basic colors like beige, green, or navy blue, further helping them fly under the radar. Even the wheels are usually steelies with small hubcaps, no flashy alloys here. But underneath that simple exterior is a beast waiting to be unleashed. Inside, the 1970 Nova continues its no-frills attitude. The cabin is as straightforward as the exterior. Bench seats are common, although some models came with optional buckets. The dashboard is plain and functional, with large, easy-to-read gauges and minimal chrome accent. The materials are typical for the time: vinyl seats and door panels, metal trim, and a two-spoke steering wheel with a Chevy bow tie front and center. There's a distinct absence of luxury touches here, which plays into the sleeper vibe perfectly. It's purely business inside, with everything laid out for driving despite the simplicity. The interior has a charm that appeals to enthusiasts who love that raw, classic feel. You can practically smell the era in the vinyl and hear the satisfying click of old-school switchgear. There's enough room for 4 passengers comfortably, but the real fun comes from the driver's seat when let's talk performance, the heart of why this Nova is so respected. While base models came with modest inline 6 engines, the magic happens when you get into the sleeper territory. The real monsters are the ones equipped with the available 350 or even the 396 V8 engines. The 396 Big Block, rated at 375 horsepower, could launch this unassuming car down the quarter mile in the low 13s or high 12s with some tuning, some whiz-win. The lightweight body combined with the massive torque made it a street weapon that caught many racers off guard at red. What makes the Sleeper Nova special is that it didn't need the fancy badging or aggressive body kits to destroy the competition. It was just pure power, raw torque, and that unmistakable V8 rumble echoing from dual exhausts. With the right build, these Novas could hang with or even beat some of the more famous muscle cars like Mustangs, GTO, and even Mopars, all while looking like a family car on stock wheels. The handling was typical for the era, not exactly sports car sharp, but the Nova made up for it with straight-line speed and brute force. Pair that with a 4-speed manual or even the durable TH400 automatic, and you've got a recipe for a so. How about prices today? Like most classic muscle cars, the value of a 1970 Nova Sleeper depends heavily on the condition and the engine under the hood. A clean base inline 6 model might run you anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. However, if you find one with a factory 350 or 396 VT, especially if its numbers matching, expect prices to climb significantly. A well-preserved or restored Big Block Nova can easily fetch between $45,000 and $70,000 at auctions, depending on originality, and the real sleepers, though, are the ones that might still look like grandma's car but hide modern upgrades under the hood. A Restomod Sleeper Nova with an LS swap and upgraded suspension might go for $50,000 or more, depending on the quality of the build. The sleeper scene has kept these Novas highly desirable among gearheads who value both history and the end. The 1970 Chevy Nova Sleeper is a perfect example of muscle car culture at its finest. It's a car that doesn't need to shout to be taken seriously. It's all about subtlety, surprise, and that raw adrenaline rush when the light turns green. Whether you're a collector, a racer, or just a fan of classic American iron, the Nova Sleeper delivers big power with a humble attitude. And honestly,